Hello again and welcome back to Wingot Plays Satisfactory. Last episode we got our stitched iron plate recipe up and running to get reinforced iron plates. And if we pop over here, it all seems to be running quite well, producing 10 reinforced iron plates per minute and all just running at full efficiency. In order to finish phase 1 and get our space elevator fed with the 20 smart plating that we're going to need, we are going to need rotors as well. And the rotors are going to take another build here. I've already set up 120 plus 80, so plus 60, so there's 180 iron ore coming into these smelters. And then we're going to need to take that and convert that into the screws and the rods required to feed 4 assemblers so that we can get 16 rotors per minute. If we take a look, we have iron plate ingots coming out of this side here, iron ingots coming out of the other side. So step 1 is we're going to need some cast screws. And we're going to have some real difficulty with the throughput actually of those because it's got to produce 400 cast screws. So the ideal solution seems to be there's 4 assemblers, so 4 separate lines, each being fed by 2 constructors. If we go back a step though, if we make the iron rods first, they use a lot less. So we only need 6 constructors in total to make those. Well, 5.4 constructors. And so this platform is 5 long. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like we might need to actually make this at least 6 long, if not 7, just for the aesthetic. That's at least 6. Let's move the space elevator out of the way again. Now, these are going to be making our iron rods, and in total we need 80 iron rods per minute, which is 5.4 of these because they make 15 each. So let's go like this. The outside ones can all run at full speed. The inside ones can run at 70% speed, in which case we will have 5.4, which should make exactly 80. I think it works out. Anyway, now if we, okay, and then what we want to do is go up. We need ramps here. 1, 2, 3, and that's, I know what I was trying to do here. Good. Perfect. So that gets us our platform. This needs to move because we're going to need that space. Okay, so to make the cast screws that we need, 1, the input's going to be coming from this side over here, and we're going to need to feed 8 constructors. So after fiddling around for a while, I think I've got a solution that should work. I have added another smelter here that's only running at 1/3. I've slowed down over this side slightly, but basically what we've got is we've got those smelters feeding our iron rods production up here, which is producing 6 constructors, producing 80 iron rods, and the middle ones all do 10 each, which means that the output here is 40 iron rods on both sides. And we just need to connect this up and this up. And then it'll just be a matter of piping this up to the appropriate level upstairs. On the next floor, we have 8 constructors. Let's see where I can get a good view here. We actually don't need that column. There we go. So we've got an input line there, which is bringing in 100 iron ingots, being split out into 50 and 50. And then each side has 4 of these cast screws, which use up 50 iron ingots to make 200 screws on this side and on that side. Now those screws plus the iron rods being made below them, each side has enough to make 10 rotors per minute. But the next step will basically be prettying up all of these input lines so that they can then feed into the assemblers, because it's a bit of a mess where the outputs are at the moment. So what we're going to have is a floor here whose whole job is going to be making sure that everything lines up effectively. And in fact, what I could do is actually bring it down 1 without clipping anything. Yeah, I feel like that looks nicer and will work out better at the top. Cool. So yes, if we just do, I'm going to need some more cement, although what I could just do is delete that top side of it here. And good. Cool. And then we can fill in this bit. And okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to bring up the various inputs so that they are along here. First step, easiest one to do is go down to there and extend out the edge so that it lines up. And then if we pop back upstairs, we will be able to bring that line up. So we're producing here 40 iron rods per side. So we can just use a standard Mk1 conveyor. Effectively, we're going to bring this out to here on both sides. And then we can just go straight up from there. To our restructuring level. So it gets to come up to here, and I think I prefer having it at that level, yes, because that way it actually lines up with the conveyor poles. Perfect. So this one will be producing our poles. Directly below it, we're actually going to need to offset the output of this one, because it's going to need to come to Mk1. To there. And then that's going to go up to that same height, which I think is there. I'll check on the other side. And then lastly, this one gets to that. Oh, hang on. the issue that I've just realized, so here we have these two are outputting 50 each. So these, if we combine them, that's a splitter, we need a merger. We can combine those two together. That is not centered. I'll see you in a second. And welcome back. I have now plumbed in this Mark II conveyor with these screws, also the rods. I've also connected power, so we've got our various inputs coming in to make this sorting out of the top layer easier. We're going to have 4 assemblers across the top here, each requiring 100 screws per minute and 20 iron rods per minute. These are bringing in 40, so we just need to put a splitter there, and that should give the rods that we're going to need in this assembler. Perfect. Now, next step is to basically repeat the same. What I do want is probably easiest to put this right in the middle here. And then we can line this up so that the input line, there we go. The input line is the middle of this box. And then this guy here connects into there. This is making normal rotors. And then the last thing is we need to bring, the easiest way is probably to do this, get rid of that. Actually, we don't even need to get rid of that. That can go to there. And then we can put a Mark II conveyor there. Now it's going to need to come down to this level, and it's going to need to pick up some more screws. We've connected it so that the 2 screw machines here are feeding up into that one. So now this one here is going to need to get its input from these 2 on the other side. So easiest solution would seem to be to grab a merger output to there, and then in fact grab a merger there, get rid of these 2. These can both input. These can both input to there, perfect. And then we just need a Mark II conveyor belt, and here. So right in the middle, in line, there you go. In the middle, good. We can feed that across there. It might actually be a smarter idea to just bring that straight into oh, that'll be fine. I was wondering whether I should just lift that up so that it's here, but I think that works all right with the downsloping as well. Good. So at that point, we have half of our production being fed and connected. We just need to repeat that design on the other side as well, which should arguably be pretty simple now that it's a solved solution. So all we need to do is pop upstairs. Oh, actually I forgot to do the floor where I was going to be reworking where all the inputs and outputs are, but turns out it's not actually needed. A splitter, no. Actually, it doesn't matter. This can be whatever because we're actually just using it to line up the input here. Now, what we want is, come on, give me a line. Let's see, right here. Okay, and then oh, it's because the direction on that's facing the wrong way. It's fine. I can just stand here. So now Come on. I don't think I'm getting the line to say that it's lined up, but there we go. Good. Cool. We can get rid of both of these. And then we just need one more splitter right here. Input into there. And that splitter's got, yeah, that splitter's off angle. Fine. Splitter here. Input is towards me. Good. Good. And then that should go into there. That can go there. And that is supplying the rods. Normal rotor recipe. Normal rotor recipe. Perfect. And we've got the rods going in. So now we just need, last thing is Mark II conveyor belts. There. And there, being fed by Mark II conveyor lifts. And then we just need to go down one floor and grab that input. And if we feed in this other conveyor, if we line up this other conveyor at the same time, then we can fairly easily do both sides. Perfect. That's, well, it's not a problem, because what we can do is we can always just 1, 2, 1, 2. I think that might be the right height. Let's find out. So you right in the middle. There to there. That I think is completely flat. I think I got it right on the first attempt. Let's. No, it's not. It's going slightly up. Okay, we can fix that later on. But for now, the easy merger output this way needs to be Mark II. Good. Mark 1 can feed into it though. Good. And then lastly, we need one more merger over here, outputting to there. That should be everything, all the components. That is so ugly. All the components being fed in. So now we just need to connect up the power. The power, I've not been doing the particular prettiest way, but I've basically just had this power line coming in from through the floor like that, which does mean that you only sort of get half of a pole above. That said, these foundations are only 1 meter, so we'll have to see where that goes. That's probably in the middle of a machine though, because I think it might be there. Yeah, okay, I can't see that power pole, so I think we're going to have to go try something a little different on this one. So probably the cleanest solution would be, what if we go here and put a pole down to here, which can then connect on. Perfect. And then this can easily go in between both of those, connect both of those, and over here we do the same thing, and good. So now we should have, why is that screw belt not full? There's probably a Mark 1 somewhere. Let's chase this one along. That didn't work. Where's the way up? Ah, here. Mark 2, Mark 1, Mark 2, cool. Mark 2, change that to a Mark 2, and that should fix that issue. Perfect. At which point it looks like these are all running. So now last step will just be bringing them all together into a merger. And I don't think that can come down here. Oh, it could. It could actually come down this exact middle section. I just would have to move that storage container. Let's move that for now, because we'll bring this down and then we'll figure out what we're going to do about the storage container. So we need to line it up with that output there. Perfect. Line it up with that output there. Good. Now, if we're only making 20 from all of these combined, then this can all be Mark 1 belts. Why is that not lining up? Right. I think I'm trying to put it in the middle of the block instead of in line. There we go. Now, that should 90 degree. Yep, good. And then last thing is you. Good. And then this guy here gets to output over to here. In fact, let's get it to stick out. Now this can be a Mark 1, bring it down all the way to here. If we output it to there, then we can put a storage container here. In fact, what we can do, we can put a storage container right here. Storage too steep, fine, whatever. Okay. Cool. And then that can just connect into the back of there. And we can fix up some of this belt work later, but we've at least got rotors incoming. Perfect. And then those rotors, well, one, let's go grab some more cement while we wait on those rotors to come down. But what we're going to need is a assembler. Yes, an assembler to make smart plating using those rotors and the reinforced iron plates. Now, cement should be just back here. And let's take a look if we need anything else at the moment. It looks like we're probably pretty fine. And so if we just pop back over here, we have reinforced iron plates, we have rotors, both automated, and in fact making at a reasonable clip. So 16 there means that in under 4 minutes, we'll have enough to do the 50 smart plating that we need. 10 here means that it would only take 5 minutes. And of course, we've got large quantities already of these reinforced iron plates that have been made, which is very nice. And there you go. We're at 37, 42, 43, and there's still more coming along there. Very nice. Now we just need one. Let's extend this out just so that it matches a bit better. And I'm really not a fan of that belt. But what we can then do is we can, in fact, what we'll probably do, we'll probably put the space elevator on top of the roof. There we go. There's 50. We'll probably put the space elevator on top of the roof with an assembler. And then we can set that up to just feed straight in. Although arguably there's nothing else that we're doing in the meantime. So it's it might be worth just actually handcrafting. But let's try this space elevator. Apparently, I'm short on rods. Good. And over here we've got almost 18 coupons. So we'll be able to use those to actually purchase the walkways, which will give us a lot of options for making things sort of look nicer. Can't do, we need steel for that. We could probably do concrete pillars. We've got some options that we could do for making things look nicer. But for now, we're just getting the basics automated, and we'll worry about aesthetics in the future. Now, if we pop back here, we can make the space elevator. There we go, there's the console. So what if we put it, let's put it there. I don't know if that is perfectly in the middle, although I'd say it's probably pretty close. 1, 2, 3, it's about half of the block out. But if we pop over to here, we are going to need smart plating again. And if we grab an assembler, then we can grab a storage container here to take the output. Oh, except this is the wrong way around. Yes, you're being very noisy. Cool. So that can go there, that can output to there. What we want is smart plating. Oh, I'm going to need some more rotors. That's annoying. How about we grab, for now, we'll do 25. That was the wrong stack. 25, good. And then 20. In fact, let's just do 50 there. Cool. Now that's just going to need some power. Let's connect that to there. Bring this over to here. And it can connect right there. Good. Now that'll start making our smart plating using the rotors and reinforced iron plates. We will go grab some more rotors while it is producing away. And then we can come back and look to get the smart plating done. One thing that will be very, very nice is once we unlock the next tier, getting access to coal power, because it will remove our reliance on the biomass burners, and the biomass burners have gone off a few times and they're just annoying to have to constantly go harvest the forest for. So that is something that I'm very much looking forward to, is getting rid of these. As well as which, we've only got 360 capacity with these 12 biofuel burners, and we're using 320, so we are getting close to the capacity limit there, which means that they are using the biofuel at the maximum speed. Meanwhile, over here, we need to go back and put the other 25 of those in there, and then that is going to make our 50 smart plating. Perfect. While that's all going on, it might be time to go check out our awesome sink. It's, as I say, it's got 18 coupons sitting there. Let's print those out and see what we can make. The signs could be useful. Indoor lighting, wall mounts. But I think for now, probably the thing that will make a substantial difference would be getting some walkways up and running. And so we'll buy that. Some pillars could be an option. Railing would definitely help with the aesthetics and making things look a lot safer. Although if we're getting the industrial walkways, it might be better to get the industrial railing I don't think we particularly need the customizer at this stage. We could do concrete and asphalt. And then all of these are for when we have lots and lots of coupons. Definitely not something that I would be wanting to put coupons into at this stage. And of course, getting parts. We don't need that. This is generally just a waste of coupons unless you have an incredible surplus of coupons and real trouble with getting something. So I didn't actually press the buy button. There we go. Perfect. Industrial railing, which just uses rods, and then the various walkways. So what we can do is we can actually use these to pretty up those builds that we've just made. Because while we're waiting on those smart plating to be made, we can easily go over here and basically tidy these builds up, replace these ramps with the walkways, and put safety barriers around all the edges. So to start with, I might do that for this one over here. So how about, let's say that this here is the entrance to this facility. And then we can have, in fact, let's put you there. Okay. Let's see, where do we need to get to? I think we need to get to there. Perfect. And then, in fact, what if we take it up a little bit further? And then what we can do is we can have a viewing platform above. So if we then grab a T-crossing, that was the wrong way. And then we can put a walkway turn here. And then we just need some straight. In fact, if we could change this up so that it is a T-junction there into another T-junction. And then straight walkways. But then there's no real, actually, the solution could be making a viewing platform here. And then we can continue that up to here. Okay, and then we need a T-crossing, a walkway out to there, and I think another ramp up. Yeah, before then a turn and going up to the top floor. 1, 2, yep, okay, and then we just need a turn into some straight ramps. And how does this go if we do that? Clips into it Okay, so what if we went it the other direction? Cool. And then the last step is we just need to finish this walkway here. Yeah, that easily clips through. So maybe we can instead point it that direction. There we go. Perfect. And so now we can at least visualize all of it, and it also gives us a possibility of getting down there if we do ever need to come up here and try to fix something, which we shouldn't do because it's a running system. Perfect. And then we can basically go do the same thing over there and get rid of those ramps along the edges. Perfect. Okay. Now, if we pop up there, we'll take a look and see how well that's going on making the rotors, sorry, the smart plating that we're going to need to feed into the space elevator. But we've made lots of rotors already. Like we've got 200 here, plus we've already sunk 50 of them into that. So very happy with having automated both of these modules now. As I say though, automating power would be an incredibly good thing. And in order to do that, we are going to need the 50 smart plating in the space elevator. So let's see, how is this going? It's about 40% done. What we could always supplement it. If we grab, let's tell it to do 10, and in the meantime we will make another 20 over here. Smart plating. Can I not make smart plating? It has to be made in an assembler. Okay, that makes sense. So fine, let's do that. There you go. Just going to have to wait on that one to actually complete. Meanwhile, let's have a quick look at the hub, see if there is any other research to do. Maybe there's the jelly pad, I don't remember. I haven't really given the jelly pad a go since my very first factory. Why am I trapped? But if it's available, we may as well research it. And maybe we can, there you go, jump pads. Which uses the rotors, which we've just automated. It uses iron plates, which we already had, and it uses cables. Easy. Perfect. Now let's go refill. We just used up cables. And we used up iron plates. How are we doing for wires? 295, that'll be fine. Iron rods, we still have over 300. And iron plates, we'll go grab some extras. Very nice. And over here, we've probably got one more token. Yeah, one more coupon sitting there. And we're getting close to 2, which means we would then have made 20 across this whole playthrough. All that said, this is going to be our slow part. We're basically just waiting 2 per minute. So we're waiting a total of 25 minutes for it to make enough smart plating for us to progress to the next technology. So thank you for watching. Stay happy and healthy, and I hope to see you in the next one.